Alex C has some ideas here, some questions. He wanted to know about risk management, stop losses, et cetera, especially when went into 6 stocks today and 2 of them got stopped out. And obviously I didn't put the stops in, in the trigger. I don't do that all the time. I, usually put them in at the end of the day in the market wrap, but there is no easy answer to this stop loss thing. There is a section on it today in the market wrap. So I've answered that question in the market wrap because it came up probably 15 times today. And you have to understand that everybody wants a pat answer. Everybody wants a number, an equation. This is an art. This is not a science. There is no equation. There is no number. And that's why it makes this so hard to answer. There are things like GCT that have a stop on them that's a metal stop that I will just say, screw it. I'm not going to sell it today. I don't care where it goes. That's the art, is just having the experience of saying, you know what? That stock I have enough confidence in. And I cannot communicate that in real time. The only way you could know that is if you're literally sitting at the desk with me. And we're working actually on something kind of like the app is going to allow us to do some pretty cool stuff. But one of the things that we're going to be able to do is, and this will be in version 2 or 3, I don't know when, but if you've got the app on your phone, you'll get a notification that says that there is a trade pending. And you're able to click a link and I'll pop up on a screen. I know, last thing you want to see most days, right? But I'll be able to tell you live, this is the stock we're triggering, this is how much we're buying, blah, blah, blah. Now it'll go out and email and text and everything right then too, but that's instant. There'll be no delay. So 0 delay on any trades that are coming through at some point. It gives me a chance to maybe give a little bit of color on it. We're not going to make these long. It'll be 15 to 30 seconds tops. This is what we're doing. Bing, 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 bing. Here's why. Bing, 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 bing. And then I'm going to hit a button and I'm gone. And that's it. So, but it's an art. And hopefully you'll read that in the wrap and you'll get to that. Margin balances. Do you always use margin balance throughout the year? What are your margin fees? Do you include them in your profit and loss? Blah, 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 blah. We do use margin pretty heavily and extensively. We have a high level of confidence in the stocks that we're buying and stocks we're trading in. And so, because we've been doing this for so many years, margin is not something that scares us. It probably should scare most of you that don't have a lot of years of trading, because it is a double-edged sword, and it can really hammer you and it can whack you. In terms of the cost, we do not include it in our profit and loss. Of course, the interest rates and the fees and the other stuff on that is something that would probably have to be taken off. But the reality is, what's the change going to be? We made 540%. What's it going to be, 530% now? I mean, come on, So I kind of don't look at, there's other things too that we don't include in terms of, we don't include any dividends that get paid, okay, in our performance return either. And so, it's kind of a wash for us at times. We're not buying a lot of dividend paying stocks and stuff, but we don't count dividends. We don't count interest on our cash balances. So we also don't include, any costs on the margin side.
First, what was your biggest nugget of knowledge gain in 2024 as a trader?
2024 is just 3 days.
2023,
sorry. 23. Well, a couple of things. I got my ass handed to me on a couple of stocks. Mara, M-A-R-A, in particular, a couple of times. And I finally figured out that you either have to watch it like a hawk or you got to set your stops accordingly. And so what I've started doing is if when I enter a position, I immediately send a stop for a percentage loss protection. As in the case of Mara, sorry, I didn't adjust the stops going up. And that thing can go up 10% in a day or two. And so I started to kind of really think
in an hour or two.
Yeah, true. Started thinking really highly of sending trailing stops, and that has saved me a few times. Because I can't watch the screen all day long. I like to go to the gym. I like to go hit golf balls. So it's trailing stops are a wonderful thing.
Oh, stop doing that, Roger.
Stop doing what?
Other stuff.
Yeah, other stuff.
I'm just kidding. No, stop living a real life, man.
I almost have actually.
Don't, please, I'm joking.
Oh, that's great.
And that's why you'll have the app now in the future, and you'll have your trading, app like Robinhood or whoever you're trading with. So in theory, if you've got your phone with you, you get your alert, you can pop a trade in, set your stops, and go about your day.
Yeah, it's really important.
Love that.
And the Mara stock, Roger's a great example, guys, of you could trade this thing all year and not make any money and then make a lot of money really quickly. And it really kind of moves with the price of Bitcoin very explosively. You can see historically. And so this would not be a stock that you would kind of want to marry because it can really whipsaw you in a lot of ways. And I think Dutch had mentioned coin earlier as well, and you can see it's very similar as well. It can be very feast or famine, so you got to be careful.